Let's see who we've got coming on. It's the right time now. Hello. Oh, Clyde. It's good to see you. Okay. Clyde, I'm trying to get you on. Oh, there you go. Hi.
Hey, I'm in house. I'm in the house.
You're in the house. You're in the house. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm missing you, babe.
I'm missing you too, babe. What's the weather like in LA?
Beautiful.
It is?
Yeah, it is. Sunny,
It looks like it's gonna rain any minute over here.
few clouds, and that. Well, that hat is killing. I know somebody's gonna
You,
comment on it.
oh, well, thank you, darling. This is actually my sister's hat.
That is-
She said I could wear it. It was so cute when I saw it. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. I had to put it on. Hey, what do you think about what's happening in now at USC? These people are canceling graduation events.
oh, the students are protesting in favor of. They're pro-Palestinian. There was
You go,
one, Marty, who lives over in Austin. UT Austin has had some major stuff. They arrested some students. So
really?
it's kind of crazy everywhere. All these, lot of campuses. It's not just in New York. It's all over.
Wow, that's crazy. I remember way back in the day when we were in college. Well, I was at UCLA in the '70s. There were protests, and I remember that thing that happened at Kent State. Right?
Yeah, but I never protested in that.
I never protested either. My mother and father would have beat my butt if I had done anything. I wish I would have told them I got kicked out for protesting.
Only time I got involved is when the students went on strike at University of Michigan. We shut down the whole school because we were asking for equity. They threw equity out the door now, and admissions equity, and so yeah, that's when we did. And there was I think two schools that didn't shut down, and that was the law school did not shut down. I thought that was
Law school said it wasn't shutting down. Well, see, when I went to UCLA, right?
Michelle, wait a minute. Michelle's here. Send a request in, Michelle.
Oh, because I can't see Michelle from here.
Well, well, she has to send a request in. Or send
Okay.
her a request if you want.
I, don't- I don't know how to do that. Do I press the plus?
No, no. At the bottom,
Okay, I see
there's a.
something now.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. I accepted her. I think I
Okay, good.
accepted her.
Okay, great, great. Hey,
Yeah.
Michelle, somebody come on. Wow.
Is she on?
I don't see her.
I don't see her either. Oh, there she is. Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
Hey, we
Girl, how
did
are
it.
you doing?
Hello. I'm doing great. How are
I
y'all doing?
cannot believe this, but this dog I've got, because I'm babysitting. Let me get the dog. Okay, 1 second. I'm having. I can't play with you right
How are
now.
you doing, Claude?
Look, that you
I
can.
can't chase
She's
you.
she's in
She
San
wants to
Antonio.
chase. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here, I'll pick you up.
She
I don't know what to do.
wants to be on the live too, I guess.
I guess, girl. I guess I'm gonna try to get her. Claude, why don't you do the introduction of this incredible woman while I get to talk? Okay.
Okay, okay. Listen, everybody. Let me tell you about Michelle. She is the CEO of D3 Entertainment Group, and she's considered the premier liaison between a deal maker, marketing strategist, and quarterback between African American faith and family consumers. Check this out, and the
So she's
corporate
the one you got to go to, right? She's the gatekeeper for all that.
yeah. In 2015, her marketing strategies for Sony's Pictures' number one movie, War Room, God's Not Dead, Will Smith's Concussion, Barbershop 3,
What
Paramount Pictures,
you
Ben
talking
Hur.
about? Are those the shows she's done, honey?
No, no, let me, yeah. Tyler Perry's Boo, Medea
Okay.
Halloween, Medea Halloween, the Shaq, Chrysler 200, 300 marketing campaigns, and many others allowed these companies to garner over $1.3 billion in revenue. Wow, isn't that something?
And so these
You didn't
are the things that you guys, you're sitting here with a woman who has blazed a trail that no other
exactly
Black person that I know is in.
doing.
She is the only company. If you have a movie, a TV show, you're in sports or athletics, this is the woman. She created this lane and she's really the only one in it. Um,
Well, check this out. In
okay.
2016 and 17, she successfully led marketing campaigns for the Shaq Lionsgate, grossing 65 million worldwide. The
Woo.
Star, the Sony Columbia, grossing 62. In 2018, Michelle set yet another executive feat by serving as producer and co-executive for an upcoming reality show on OWN. And you need to tell us about that because it wasn't titled. And the feature film, Beautifully Broken. Her most recent box office and television hits include Just Mercy with Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan.
And we
Yeah,
went to that. We went to the premiere of that. You know, I want to say something about that too. Michelle invited us to go out, and we appreciated it, and we, hyped it up and everything. But that was a couple of weeks before Kobe Bryant passed.
yeah,
I'll never forget that. We went there, we talked with him, Jamie Foxx, and everything, and then just maybe 2, 3 weeks or so, he was gone. So I'll never forget.
it
Just mercy in that context. Kind of
was
crazy.
amazing again. And then the number of the artists that were there, and of course Kobe was one of the sponsors, right? One of the
That's
sponsors.
correct.
He was there. That's amazing. So well, she's some other stuff with Clark Sister. She's involved with that one. Uh,
On OWN, right? That one was on OWN. That was incredible. I
That was
mean,
that was
this
Lifetime. That was
Lifetime.
Lifetime.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Y'all, this list is long, but you need to hear it. And
Yeah,
Cla-
y'all can stop it
no,
anytime
no, no,
you
no, no.
stop.
They need to know who you are. I couldn't read it today, so Claude's doing his thing because I couldn't get anything to print.
better off with this than me. And then of course Black Adam. And so, but let's everybody give Michelle a carnival talk welcome right now.
Welcome, Michelle. I gotta just tell you about this lady real quick. We are so proud of her. I met her very early on, and I tell her this all the time, and she laughs. We actually met at a conference. I think it was GMA conference. She was with a group with her brothers called Meekness, and they were
That's it.
the sweetest people. And I remember they'd come up and they'd always say hello. I don't know. I think maybe I was with Light Records of Sparrow or something. I don't know. I can't
Sparrow.
remember.
You were with Sparrow.
Sparrow.
You were,
And they
yeah.
were so sweet. But this woman is a titan in the industry now. And we're just so happy for her. And let's give her one more round. She just deserves kudos for what she's done. So, Michelle, how are you doing, girl? I know you're really busy.
Listen, no, I'm doing exceptionally well. And I need to say to the people who are listening today and who will listen later, one of the reasons that I am is definitely because of Vicki Mack.
Oh,
Vicki, you
she says
listen.
that. I didn't do
You'll
anything.
have it. Listen, you have to remember, I was probably 21, 22 years old when you started Gospel Centric. And for those of you who don't know, Vicki is the mastermind behind Gospel Centric. That's Kirk Franklin, Kirk Carr, Trinity 5-7, the Gospel Gangsters. She has a publishing catalog that is out of this world,
Oh,
probably
thank you.
more songs owned by Vicki and her publishing company than any other gospel music extraordinaire. So, but
Oh, thank you, Michelle.
I used to manage some artists like way back in the
That-
90s, and
That's
they
right.
were they were signed to Vicki's
Yeah,
label. And she was so open and kind with her time. I would go to LA thinking I was just doing everything, but she would actually let me sit in her office. And I don't think, Vicki, that you know, so I'm thanking you again publicly, how much that poured into me, that I could be a boss, that I could run the show, because I saw you on the phone back then talking to, it would have been like Steve Stout and the heads at Interscope, and even
Jimmy
Magic Johnson.
Iovine, and yeah.
I mean, like running things, like telling them, no, we're not going to do it this way, we're going to do it that way, and this is why I started my label. And I would be sitting there, you wouldn't say, get out, this is a private call. You would just talk, and that just started growing these seeds in me that, Michelle, you can do that, you can be a boss too.
Girl, you are a
So it
boss.
started, real talk, you were such an instrument in my life that God allowed me to share that space with you. You were always so kind, because again, I was a little kid,
That's
trying to be a
crazy.
manager, and watching you and Claude build and buy buildings. Like, so now my brothers and I are buying buildings, right? I
Good,
saw you guys doing this,
good.
and I'm like, whoa. So thank you to you and
Oh,
Claude for just
thank
playing that
you, and for
in us.
doing
Yeah,
so. You buying buildings, huh? That equity is
come on,
important. I'd
listen
rather
here.
be in a
Yes,
tackier building that's my own than a high rise, right?
absolutely,
Uh,
absolutely. So
yeah.
yes, ma'am. Thank
Oh,
you.
well, thank you. I mean, we're just so proud of you, and I'm glad to finally be able to get you on, because I know you've been so busy. I want to go back a minute as you were talking and just give recognition to and some kudos to one of the first groups that you worked with, which was the Gospel Gangsters.
Yeah.
Let's just kind of talk about them for a minute. And how long has Solo been gone now?
Solo passed away in 2020.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, it's still unreal to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, they are like TikTok and Chili Baby are my little brothers. Solo was my
right.
little brother. Um, we got to explore the whole world together. I mean, overseas, all across the US on tours and things like
Yeah,
that. And they were my entrance into this business also. So
yeah,
I love them dearly. I miss Solo
yeah,
tremendously. I
yeah.
still talk to Chili in TikTok, of course, because they're family forever.
Yes,
So yeah,
yes. Is TikTok still away?
TikTok is still away. He is coming up for some type of parole situation next year. So
Okay.
I will be on his behalf soliciting for letters from
Yeah.
community influencers. He's been gone since
16?
2006. So
2006. Well,
so
let's just
it'll
tell them the
be
story
20
really
years,
quick.
18 years. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, you guys. So we had the Gospel Gangsters. Michelle was the manager, and she was great. We had some great success with them. This is way before there was a little Cray or a Few or any of those kind of
Yeah.
things. These guys are incredible. But sometimes with your just background and stuff, things happen. And so Tick ended up having to go away to the penitentiary, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
And and they had some things even before. So it was you know what though, Michelle, I gotta say this. They were our artists and part bodyguard. Nobody
True.
could
This
mess
is
with
true.
me.
You know,
I would even
well,
be afraid for
well,
anybody to say anything wrong to me around them. They were very protective of me, and of course you, and I loved them so much. And it just shows how beautiful the body of Christ can be when we don't beat up on each other all the time, and get in there and love on each other, and let people express and do. And so I'm hoping him the very, very, very best. But so I mean, after the management thing, what happened after that, Michelle? All of a sudden
ooh,
you were doing these things, but I didn't know how that happened. How did that happen?
So I think when I was managing the Gospel Gangsters, we were also working and producing Dr. Bobby Jones and his TV shows, and of course I was working with one of my other mentors, Richard Manson, Attorney
Oh,
Manson,
absolutely. Yeah.
and working with Richard, and before that, Teresa Hairston, Gospel Today magazine. So working with
Absolutely.
them and being around you exposed me to so much in the industry. I mean, with Richard, of course, there was CC. And so,
Oh,
there's Whitney Houston,
right. That's right.
and
Right.
there's traveling all over the world and those types
Right.
of things. And so I've always been relational. I get that from my mother. Always kept really wonderful relationships. I see some of my friends in the chat now saying hello
Yeah.
from 20, 30 years ago. And
Wow.
so from there, managing, I went over to CC's label to be the general manager at CC's label. That was around 2000-ish.
Okay.
And I think just a couple years in, my brothers and I started talking about film and TV and what we could do in that space. And I just did, I went out to LA and took like one of these Hollywood 101 courses and just started touching and understanding what it took. Certainly, I had the marketing expertise already just from being around the industry. And I realized that there was a space that
Yes.
wasn't touched. Like, African American Christians love movies also, right?
Right.
But there was
Right. Right.
no one that was directly pushing content to us or creating a marketing campaign that was saturated to us. And then you saw like Chrysler going after Fred Hammond because they wanted our market. They knew the church market was important. So they would tap people like that. They tapped CC for Crest commercials, things like that. So you knew there was viability by tapping into our rich 43 million plus African American base. I mean, we're a $3 trillion industry. So you would be remiss if you did not do strategy directly aimed towards our audience.
But
And so,
you're the one. You're
yeah.
the one who got that.
Well,
So
listen,
that
when you think about it, do it. I think that God
that's right.
plants these thoughts in your mind, not just for them to just float in your head, but take a risk
Exactly.
and do something. Listen, the most you can do is just not be successful. You just pick up and do something else. But if you
Exactly.
don't risk, you're a risk taker. So,
Exactly.
um,
Well, and I have that thing coming to you in the mail. Claude, we finally got it
yeah,
out, so you'll see what that is. But yeah, taking risks is important.
I can't wait. But no, so
Yeah.
it was that Clyde and Kendall and I together said, okay, we're going to quit on this day. It was scary.
Yeah.
Um,
Who are
but
Clyde and Kendall? Who are Clyde and Kendall?
Clyde and Kendall are my co-laborers and my partners and my baby brothers, my twin brothers. That's
Yes.
D3. D3, they're the two that make up the three, and I'm the
Right, right.
three. But they've been my encouragers and supporters this whole journey. We grew up homeless, so we really
You
weren't
know,
scared
Michelle,
of anything.
I did not know that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Listen, sleeping in the back seat of a car was very commonplace to us between 6 and 16. Any
what?
day you could just wake up in the back seat of a car. But
I
there's a
had
blessing in that.
no
Listen,
idea.
when you grow up poor, you will take a risk because you're not afraid of anything. Loss is not
Wow.
fearful to you. So yeah, we were like, listen, back then making 60, 70, $80,000 a year in our 20s, we thought we were big stuff,
Wow.
right?
I
So,
mean, God really blessed you, though.
but we were like, we're leaving these jobs and we're going to do something for ourselves. And so it was scary, but we walked away together. We started D3 Entertainment Group. And as we
Wow.
walked away, the people that we walked away from became our first clients. Like,
Oh,
we were still marketing for CC and Mary
right,
Mary and Kirk way back then, when what we
right,
were doing was unheard of. We were independent consultants on the music side, but
right.
right after that, I think Tyler was the first to ask a pastor friend of
Tyler
mine.
Perry is who she's
Tyler,
talking about, you guys. You know, she's got first
like,
name basis. Tyler, Oprah.
he asked a pastor friend of mine, who's my spiritual father, Bishop Ellis,
Oh, yes.
about anyone to market a movie and who knows the church well, really good. And Bishop said, Michelle Duffie, she and her brothers, and we had never marketed a movie. And so the movie happened to be a success, and we will say the rest is history.
What
So
was that movie? What was that
that was
movie?
Meet the Browns.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my
for a long
gosh,
time.
that's great.
So
That's great.
yeah,
Oh
and
my gosh, that is you know, it's so
in college.
interesting. You know people, but you just know them, and then you don't know their backgrounds, and you're like, wow. So this you were homeless, but and what when you were you in Chicago? I always thought you were from Denver. So
Yeah.
tell me what happened there.
So yeah, we were born in Moline, Illinois, which is a little, I guess, kind of suburb of Chicago. And shout out to Eric Dawkins and Anson Dawkins, who are also from that same Quad City.
Right,
So
right,
my
right.
Quad City brothers. But yeah, so we were poor. And so my mom, being a single parent, moved around from place to place to place. So we lived, man, by the time we were 16, we'd probably been to 10, 12 different elementary schools, high schools, that kind of thing. So from
Wow.
Metropolis to Chicago to Moline to Omaha, Nebraska to St. Louis, Missouri. And we finally landed in Denver, Colorado when I was, I don't know how, 12, 13 years old, but still had bouts of homelessness. I think when we lived there, we initially moved into the church parsonage, and the church burned down, and so that meant everybody was displaced yet again.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, so then more stability came at about 16. I graduated from high school, and then went to Howard University just for a
Okay.
couple years. I
Okay.
was homesick. I was not prepared with what Washington D.C. would give this poor little
Okay.
girl. Dressed so well. They had all the fashions, and here I am in my little homeless kind of clothes. So I didn't feel
Ooh,
like I fit in, you know. I
look
didn't
at God.
have any mentors, didn't have anybody really guiding or driving me to stay the course. But there was a blessing in that, you know, just coming back home.
Yes.
My brothers and I got a chance to just really bond and grow what we called meekness. That's when we met you.
Yes.
Again, just not being scared. We were like, let's go to Nashville. Let's go to this music conference. Because we weren't scared. We drove to Nashville from Denver. We see when you're poor and homeless and things like that, nothing scares you. So we rented a van, we drove, we made contacts, Vicki, that are still our friends today. From Cece to Take Six to you to Nicole Mullen, you name it. Like they're all still our really good friends, and we were
That's
just these three little kids from
you,
Nashville. So
you are blowing my mind. I had no idea. I mean, it just you are really oh, I just want to cry. You're really a
ah,
success story.
God has
Michelle.
been so good to
What,
us, Vicki. Like
yeah.
he's been the driver for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you still have your mother?
My mom passed away in 94. So
Okay.
uh, just a month before we were moving to Nashville, she passed away. She had cancer for a couple of years. So she didn't get to see this side of it, but I'm
Uh,
sure that she knows what's going
yes,
on.
yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
so she,
goodness.
yeah.
Oh gosh. Mm, God is good. What a
That,
story.
that, yeah, that was my prayer. Was like, man, I wish my mom could sit in this abundance with us because we
Right.
struggled so much. You know, that's the one thing I would want for her not to want for anything. And we
Right.
sit in a seat that does not look like at all what we came through.
Ooh,
We
girl.
don't have the needs that we had of yesterday. You know, so
Oh
God is
my
amazing.
gosh.
Yeah.
Girl, I could just dance right now. I had no idea.
But that
I had no idea.
guys still keep a sense of grounded
Yeah.
about you.
Yeah.
You haven't
So,
tripped out and gotten, you got to have all this and you got to have all that.
No,
yeah,
no. No, man, we just love this life. Like God has been so good, and we
Yeah.
have fun, and it's not stressful. It's amazing to work with family. So,
Wow.
and we've got a great support team around us. It's
Yeah.
amazing that I get to hire people. Like, what is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
that I never even thought about. Like, we have a
Right.
staff, we have people that support us and that
Yeah.
love us,
Yeah.
and we love them. So it's an amazing
Yeah,
blessing.
God will do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. That I did not know that story. Well, meekness really was meekness back then. I'm telling you.
We
But
were.
oh, that's just crazy. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. But I mean, since then, you've gotten a master's degree in ministry and business leadership. Tell me about that. I mean, Michelle, I had no idea.
I know. So we were working on War Room in 2015, and at that point we were trying to do everything ourselves, meaning Clyde and Kendall and
Yeah,
I, and
yeah,
it's a lot. And you get this feeling like nobody can do it like you can do it, and
yeah.
you become an island unto yourself, which is exactly where the enemy wants to
Right.
push you, not asking for help and support. And I had hired one person, my first intern. It was Isaiah Tatum,
Okay.
um, who still works with us. Thank the Lord.
Wow.
The Lord,
That's
I didn't
great.
drive him away, but hired him, I think in 2000, in 2010 maybe. And so he was getting a bad boss, meaning I did not have great leadership skills.
You have to
And
learn it. Yeah. You
I
have to
didn't
learn it.
yeah, so I went back to school for a degree in leadership, but I just didn't want the MBA where it's just business. I wanted the ministry undergirding so that I could lead well.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I went back in the middle of one of our biggest campaigns, biggest budgets that we'd ever worked with. You know, when it's different than music, Vicki. I think I tell you
Yeah.
this all the time. You know, back
Yeah.
in the music days, you'd be happy to get a little this or that, but when they start showing 7 and 8 figures, it's a
Right.
whole different thing.
Right. Yeah.
So we were in the middle of that, and we had to succeed. We had to succeed with the work that we had been given, and I was in the middle of graduate studies during that, and you can't tell your professor, listen, we're successful already. No, the paper is due on Thursday. You got to turn the paper in. But I went, and it made me better at leading. I wasn't a great leader. I knew how to boss myself, and I probably gave my brothers a headache, because I'm old school in that the power of now. If something needs to be done, just get it done. If
Right.
it's 5 o'clock, it doesn't mean clock out. It
Right.
means get it done. And that's the music industry and business. But there is a way to do that and to win
Yeah.
without being overbearing. And
Right.
so
Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so
I had to
so I
learn
went
that. It
back.
was hard.
You have to, and you don't like. I think I've always been a really soft girl, so
Right.
the demands of work sometimes just make you a little brittle around the edges. And I was like, I don't like being an enforcer, so to speak, or be the enforcer in the way that God needs you to enforce. And there, it just feels different, right? So yeah, that was that. So I went back and got my degree. My professor would always tell me, now they're going to call you Master Duffie, and I'm like, I choose for no one to call me Master Duffie
Right.
ever. So, but yeah, so yeah, I went back, and I love it. Now they're trying to talk me into getting my doctorate, and I'm like,
You should.
oh
Yeah.
Lord,
Why not?
oh oh my Lord,
You said maybe one day, huh? I know you got.
one day,
Yeah,
yes.
you've got so many things to do, but girl, you have. When I saw you hugged up with Oprah Winfrey, I said, "Well, look at my girl right here.
It's nothing
Michelle is
but
doing
God.
things. She's
Nothing
not just
but
with Oprah. Oprah and her are hugged up. Girl, well, how has that been? I mean, how many projects have you worked on with Oprah?
God. We've done 3 or 4 projects
Wow,
with her. So
that-
yeah,
that's crazy.
always a great time. Of course, the last one, which is still on demand right now, is The Color Purple. So
Right,
if
right,
anyone hasn't seen it, go
right,
see it.
right, right,
You
right.
can see it
Yeah,
on your TV screen.
I,
Yeah.
that I mean that is you're just working with the biggest of the big, and you know, for me, I enjoy seeing friends of mine and people I know at work. I love seeing them do well, and I love just celebrating it. I just love it. And I I hope I can encourage more people to be like that, because there's so few of us doing things that we need to encourage each other in those kind of things. And but girl, I've got this. What, Claude? You have some?
I was gonna ask, there was the whole strike, the writer's strike, the da da da, and you guys, survived that. Was that very difficult to that period, and then the pandemic and all that? You guys are still writing.
Well, amazingly, like during the pandemic is when we got very creative and started creating, content and thinking
Yes.
about writing. That birthed creativity in me. So that was God for me. It was also a time for me to take a break. I think for the past 20 years leading up to COVID, my brothers and I probably traveled every single week for 20 years,
Yeah.
and you don't
Yeah.
realize that that's what you're doing. And so
Yeah.
to have a chance to sit down and rest, even though we weren't
Right.
tired, but it was good to sit down for us.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for all of the people that lost loved ones. That is, I can't imagine it. We didn't have that experience inside of our household, except for Solo. Like Solo died at the
Yeah.
beginning of 2020, in May of 2020.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so that definitely during the pandemic, but then during the strike, working with the Color Purple, that's where we had to get creative, Claude. And old school people, we come up with ways. We're not just stuck on, well, if we can't have the talent, then we can't market. Absolutely not.
Right.
So that's the time where we went around to churches, did private screenings without having our talent involved, without having Oprah involved, because she stood in solidarity with the cast and we
Right.
supported. That was a blessing in disguise, because by the time the strike was over, just about every pastor in the United States and had seen the movie, and were on board. Every Divine Nine chapter president had
Yeah.
seen the movie. We may not have gone that route if we had just been kind of tagging
Ah.
along with
Ah.
Oprah or the celebrities, right? So
Ah. I see what you're saying
it
because
was,
you
it
had
was a
that.
blessing. Yeah, you have
Right.
Oprah, so let Oprah,
Right.
you do it. So no, we had to actually do the work and get people involved with the campaign, which was, it was a blessing. Yeah,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Amazing.
Well.
Your creativity is going to express itself no matter what. Any kind of
absolutely.
come through, and I think that's what that defines you and your brothers. You guys continue to go through.
Yeah. Would you just have to be a solution
Yeah.
to answer what the problems are? You
Yeah.
can't just look at the problem and say, oh well. So
Right. Right.
we definitely consider ourselves fountains and not drains, and
Right.
so we just always want to pour in and pour out, however we can. It gets to be draining when you don't have a circle around you that is creative and
Absolutely.
knows how to lean in and do whatever it takes to win. So
Yeah.
I've got those people around me, and that it's a
But
blessing.
I think the other thing, Michelle, that I find that makes me very happy is that you're on a lot of boards. I want to talk about that a little bit, and you're really giving back. And so let's talk about some of those things that you're doing
This is not
for and in the community.
right. This is not particularly a board, but this FBI Academy. You got to bring
Clyde, you went
Oh,
on to something totally different.
that's a board.
that right. That's one of those fun facts,
But
Claude, for sure.
Claude found that. Okay, so now that we've said it,
Too.
Clyde, you went. I don't know where you went. You just went.
Listen, one of my best friends, and I can't say her name because she's always undercover doing stuff, but one of my best friends is an FBI agent, and
Oh,
in, in my um in my 30s, I was just really interested in guns for some reason. Not I was interested in guns, but I was scared of guns. And at that point, I had custody of my daughter. She's my niece, but my niece daughter,
okay.
and she met my best friend's daughter in school. Like they were in 8th grade, and she said, "Can I go to this person's house?" And so I was like, I need to call the mom because I'm old school,
That's right.
and the
Right.
mom. The mom who turned into my friend. Oh gosh, sorry. Let's.
Oh, that's all right, girl. I tell
Oh
people
Lord.
all the time, this is people's chance to watch us kiki like we would do all the time anyway. And so you
That,
guys are
listen,
just the flies on the wall, but thank you.
that that was Alexa getting in my business. But
No,
anyway,
girl, that was Alexa.
that was Alexa
She's
getting in my business.
nosy. She's
Oh
really
no,
nosy.
Yes. So I called, the mom, and she was like, "Yeah, oh gosh, I would love for your daughter to come over. I just need to let you know I have guns in my
Mm,
house." And I was
mm.
like, "Okay, that's kind of scary." And she said, "No, I'm an FBI agent, and they're locked up, but I just
Okay.
always feel like parents need to know
I
if they
think
send
that's very
out,
cool of her
right?"
too. Yeah.
So yeah, so my daughter and her daughter became really good friends, and in the process of her getting to know me and know the industry that I'm working in, she said, "I really want to bring more African Americans into the FBI Citizens Academy. It's an opportunity for you to spend 12 weeks learning about the bureau. Um, you go through court, you get to shoot all the guns, you get to learn the insides and outs, and it's really a positioning piece." And so she was like, "We only pick certain people from the community." And I was like, "Yeah, you know what, that sounds like fun." And so I did it. I committed to it. It was like 2 times a week for 12 weeks that you would spend 2 or 3 hours
You know
with
how
the
to shoot
bureau.
a gun
Oh
now?
my goodness, yes, my brothers and I love to shoot
Really?
now. So
I,
so
I,
that,
I'm
it's a
still
thing on
scared. I tried
You
it.
you been
Girl, I was sweating and everything.
now. When you come to Nashville, we'll go to the range, and I'll find
Okay.
a weapon for you that doesn't have a high recoil.
see
Okay.
It'll be easy to shoot.
what
And
I'm talking about.
yeah,
Uh, uh, uh,
a lot of our friends in the gospel industry are gun
uh,
carriers. They
I
love to
know.
shoot. I'm not going to say their
No,
names on here, but
I
a
know
lot
lots
of
of
us,
them. I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I
Oh,
tried it, and I wasn't very good. But I'm working with someone right now on defense and some tasers and things like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of crazy out there right now. And I'm not saying this is a reason to get a laser or taser, but I mean, even today, just to be up with current events, graduations are being shut down because of protests, and in LA even. And I'm just kind of really praying and thinking it's not a bad idea to be educated about some more of these things for protection, I think. So that's just my opinion.
Time where we really need to be praying,
Yeah,
the saints and people of faith. Like there's so much going on. So
there's a lot going on.
yeah.
But okay, so now we're gonna go back to some of your, because Claude saw that thing about FBI, and I don't know.
okay.
Ooh, that's it. He said he was just looking around and he found that. And I was like, the girl, this is a sister girl for you, for real. This is Black Girl Magic. FBI. She's doing marketing, all this for the biggest movies ever. You're on boards. And you started off homeless and stuff. I mean, I just love celebrating stuff like this because it shows. I mean, Michelle, you showing people, you give people hope on the things that they can do. It's just incredible. But tell me, what is one of the projects that stands out for you the most?
Oh gosh. Definitely War Room.
Okay.
Everybody remembers that movie in our
Yes.
community, but
Yes.
anytime you're a part of a project where it actually strengthens something inside of you, that's amazing for me.
Right.
War Room was just the principle of prayer,
Right.
and
Right.
how
Right.
important it is as a tool, right?
Right.
As a weapon
Tell
against.
us
And
who was in
so
that movie and
um, that is Priscilla Shire,
yeah.
my sister Priscilla. That is Karen Abercrombie. That is TC Stallings. The
Mm.
cast wasn't what we would consider
No,
Hollywood stars.
yeah.
The movie did over $120 million in revenue.
Really.
We hit the charts number 3, and the
Wow.
next week we were number 1. We knocked Straight Outta Compton down. So
Wow. Well,
was,
in LA too, we know all these folks because we have so many working actors and actresses
oh
around.
yeah,
And we go
yeah.
to the
So
same churches and all that kind of thing.
exactly. So
So,
that was just amazing to be um, a part of a movement for prayer. Like, how is
yes.
it
Why?
a Hollywood story?
Yeah.
And every knew about it. So we
Yes,
broke
yes.
records with that. It was amazing. Definitely Just Mercy because of the
Yes.
storyline. Uh, God, Jamie Foxx was amazing to work with, and like these
Yes.
people too, right?
Uh-huh.
Certain people are just like, you see them on the big screen, but
Yeah.
they're just really
Great
great
people.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been
Next,
over their houses and stuff. Yeah. They're just regular, nice people.
regular people.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry's Maxine's Baby, which
Mm,
came out
mm,
November
hmm.
of 2023 on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Um, Anyone who has not seen Maxine's Baby
I have
on
not seen
Amazon
it yet. I
Prime,
have to do that.
life-changing.
Really?
Life-changing movie on how you take risks and how you pursue even, Tyler came up homeless, but in
Yes.
addition to homelessness, he had a severe
Views.
abuse in his
Yeah.
Good.
but all of those things cultivated the man who he is, the great man that he is. And
Yes.
so Maxine's
Yes.
Baby, shout out, please go see that. But it was
Okay, I'm gonna
tremendous
look that
work
up.
with him on that movie. And then, of course, The Color Purple. So it
Yes.
was
Yes.
his story
Yes.
for me. My first year as an 18-year-old freshman is when the original Color Purple came out. And I remember doing a book report on that in my cultural studies class.
Wow.
And so then, fast forward, here we are 30 years later, I get a chance
Isn't that
to, or 40
crazy?
years later, to work on the movie, right, with the Oprah Winfrey. So
Winfrey. I know. Oh my gosh. Right.
yeah, but I mean, there's so many magical moments,
Yeah.
not just film, but music moments also. I mean, I
Yeah.
remember being with the Gospel Gangsters doing concerts all over the country. And I think we did something in LA. And I don't know, one night, like 60 or 70 gang members came up to the altar and laid their guns on the altar because, Solo was ministering to them. So
Wow.
those types of moments are so big. Like the fact that you have a message that's so strong that this
Yeah.
hard gang member is
Yeah.
going to walk up in church to an altar and take their
Guns
gun out,
out.
like you had a gun in church, right? And
Right.
you put it on the altar. So things like that. I'm so thankful that God has given me a
Girl.
chance to witness that
You
and to know
got you.
power. To know, oh gosh, his power is
Yeah.
real. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, you've got your own movie right there. But you're in Nashville, girl, and I wanted to talk about Nashville because I haven't really talked to anybody. Claude and I haven't talked to anybody about it really, and we lived there part time for quite a while we were doing our thing there. So we wanted to have a little fun and talk about some special things and some famous folks and stuff from Nashville. But I think I want to start with food.
Come on with the
Girl,
food.
let me tell you, I was really shocked. And now, don't you guys have a Neiman Marcus now too?
We do finally, yes.
Oh my gosh, because I used to
Matt,
have to go all the way to Atlanta or something to do some real shopping. But
Uh-huh.
you guys got a little something happening there now.
We
And the
do.
food. Girl, where are some of your favorite restaurants there now? I love Hattie B's.
Listen, no shade, but I have to start with Deep Sea Vegan because that is our family-owned
Oh,
restaurant. We
that's
just
right.
bought a
I forgot
building.
I never tasted
Absolutely.
that. Deep
So
sea vegan.
Deep Sea Vegan, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. But we started Kendall Duffie, it spearheaded that. We started Deep Sea Vegan right at the top of COVID. We had no idea COVID was coming, and God spoke to
Wow.
Kendall. He became a vegan because he went to the doctor maybe 8 years ago. The doctor told him he had high cholesterol. You can either take this pill for the rest of your life, or you can change from eating. Cholesterol gets into your system from animals. That's the only way it gets
Right.
in. So
Ah,
you can
okay.
either stop eating meat, or you can take this pill for the rest of your life. And Kendall said, I'm not going to be bound by a pill. Let me start experimenting with the 80,000 different plants and vegetables that are edible,
Right.
as opposed to the big four: the cow, the chicken,
Right.
the pig, and the whatever. I don't know what the other animal is. But so he started sampling. He would bring us food, we would sample it, and he was like, I want to share this food with other people. So he started doing a pop-up. Clyde
Yeah, I
and
remember Pop Up.
we
I didn't know you guys started an
pop-up.
actual restaurant
We
now.
bought a building. It's under renovation. We just
Okay.
bought a food truck. Food truck will
Oh,
be
you
ready.
guys are too
So,
much. You have a
but yeah,
whole
so that's
D3
so.
empire
Listen,
going.
it is an empire because God created us to have empires, Vicki.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
like, don't be
Yep.
afraid of it. And it
Yep.
doesn't matter what your background
No.
is. What's for you is for you. So
What's
yeah.
for you is for you.
First Friday.
Wait until you see what we send you.
I
Clark, you
can't
put that
wait.
in the mail for Michelle, right? I've been talking to you about it for a little
I
while.
got a list. I got to ship this stuff. I got to ship it out. So
Oh, you
I
haven't shipped Michelle's out yet?
no, I got a whole thing to ship out, and I'm shipping it out probably this week, this Friday.
I can't wait to
It's,
get it.
it,
I
it,
know.
you know, we've been developing and working on it for 3 years.
Okay.
When you have to deal with the Food Administration and get all your certifications, there was a lot more to it than we thought. But we've got a really great product. I can't play with you right now. I'm sorry, that's the dog wanting to play. But I hope I can get her to stop. Akari, my sister got a poodle. I'm here babysitting her dog in Texas,
Okay.
and then we're gonna go
Oh,
out. And she's from Japan. And when my sister was back here, she's got this poodle here, but she is totally spoiled and she wants to play right now. So sorry about that. But like I said, all we do on here is kiki like we would be doing anyway.
that's what
You know,
I started to go in my car and take this
you
call
could have,
because I was
girl.
trying to be on theme. Right.
You, you, you
Exactly.
you really could have, because it's, we just kind of, we archive, because right now it's just about 12, but really we have about 200 people on right now, but that goes on the other side that I guess you can't see, which is very cool. And we've been just archiving them, and we're getting ready to chop them up and let people see them, because we've had some
And
really great shows.
do you have a YouTube channel already?
We have one, but we have to work more harder on that part. We haven't
Okay.
gotten that going, but we've got a lot of content. Uh,
Very good.
content.
Content is king.
Yep,
Tell them
yep, yep,
if
yep,
you
yep.
own it and it's
That
yours, you can make
know,
revenue from it. Listen,
you,
content
you
is
you know how I feel about that. But so you have the vegan restaurant. What are some other good restaurants in
oh
Nashville?
God. Well, Nashville is big for Nashville hot chicken.
That's
So
right.
because my brothers and I cook, honestly, I don't go out to eat a
But
lot. But I'm more so host
Oh wow, right on.
gathering in my home. People listen, if they're from Hollywood, when they fly in, there's some Michelle, did you cook some? All your friends, all the industry friends, like, have you cooked or will you cook or can we come for dinner?
did it? Okay,
Um,
I'm not mad.
now, Clyde, I see some other people in the chat from Nashville. Y'all tell us what the good places to eat are. You said Hattie B's, but I think Helen's. I know my
Yes.
people go to Helen's for fried chicken,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
catfish,
Yep.
and waffles. Oh, Pancake Pantry. You remember that
Oh
place,
yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes. Yes.
really
Yes.
good,
Yes.
good pancakes.
Yeah,
I had to go to the turnip truck a lot because I have a lot of allergies and I'm
Okay.
kind of a pescatarian
Yeah.
kind of person. So yeah, we've got that going. But then we got a little list here I want to go over that I thought was so much fun.
Let's get
Uh, let's go over this little list that we've got here. Oh, first of all, which one do you want to go over first, Michelle? We've got two lists. We've got the top Christian movies, and we've got also, what's the other list on
this
main
but
things happening in Tennessee? What, Claude?
I'm
I just
open.
Nashville, which is you can talk about a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about it. What is if I didn't know Nashville and I was just coming? Well, first of all, why do you love Nashville so much?
Nashville, first of all, it is beautiful.
Yeah,
It is super
Yeah.
affordable. You can live like a queen or a king
yeah,
um, for just
a
matter of
fresh.
fact, most of my neighbors are from LA, and they come
That's what's
and
going to
they're
make
like,
everything go up in price.
exactly. So, but no, you can live well here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's a big little city.
Yeah.
yeah,
You can get in and out of the airport pretty quickly. I'd love to come home to Nashville. So it feels good. Lots of water here. Not like Pacific Coast Highway water,
yeah,
but
yeah,
we have our lakes here. It's warm and friendly. You don't meet a stranger here, so I love it. It's very country. So
yeah, yeah.
I,
Are you going to get the cicadas? Cicadas, is that what they're
the
called?
cicadas are coming this year. I will be inside. I love to hike, so I'd love to be outside. But cicada season, I will be in the gym on my
Girl,
treadmill, something like
they're like locusts the way they come in,
that. They're
right?
like locusts, and it's awful. I think it was 99 the last time they were
I
here.
was there when they
98 or
were there.
99,
It was
and they were so
awesome.
bad that like as you're driving, you would see piles of them along the side of the highway, like snow or like
Oh,
oh God,
And
they're
they
awful.
just smash into everything. It's just so you're getting that again. Oh my
And they're
gosh.
noisy. They're
They're noisy
noisy.
too.
They're
Yes.
noisy. Yeah. So that
So when are
they
they
don't
coming?
bite. They don't
Yeah.
bite. They'll be here this summer. They don't bite. Some of the people that, well, I don't even know how to say it. Some people eat them. Not me. Not me and my kind. But some people eat them.
hey,
So yeah. Yeah.
chocolate covered cicadas. Let me tell you, Nashville right now is so so much construction going on. When we
No.
came back, the last time we went to Nashville, Vicki got COVID.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't get to go anywhere or do
Uh,
anything. I went to
uh,
one event.
A really nice.
Could not fly, Michelle. Could not fly.
So the
oh no.
right. So the last thing what we did was we got one of those apartments.
Airbnbs.
A
Yeah.
really nice apartments that you can just rent for 3 or 4 days. So the good thing is we had a separate room, so she could stay isolated in the
You
bedroom.
guys, they have the
Oh,
best Airbnbs in Nashville because they're um, apartments, really. I love it.
yeah.
The Airbnbs now, it's just really, 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 really good. But oh yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking about some of the great things you
Nashville.
can see in
Yeah.
Nashville. Like,
But
The African American Music Museum is amazing. African American Music Museum, National African
I didn't
American
know how
Music.
long has that been up?
Probably 4 years.
Really?
It is
I,
you have to go.
I
I
have
got
It's
to
right.
see it.
It's downtown. It's fantastic. Um,
GMA
gosh,
has a museum too to go downtown.
Who?
what's that?
GMA,
GMA.
yeah.
Uh, GMA.
Okay, so
Yeah.
is that a Christian music?
The Gospel Music Association, their building is downtown, I think. Yeah.
Okay,
Is that what
okay.
you're talking about, Claude? The
Yeah, so
building?
they're
Uh,
putting a museum, and but yeah, there's so much construction downtown. It's like, and it was
there,
so packed down there. We went down to the downtown Hattie B's, but we should have went to the one on the 21st. That's the best. I think it's 21st. That's
yeah,
that's the best one over there, not the one downtown.
yeah. Downtown, there's Music Row. So
Oh my gosh, it's so
like
packed
Music
now.
Row is, but it's tremendous. I mean,
Yeah,
I think they used to call it Tacky Row for some reason, but you can really literally drive down a street and see just about every major publishing company and
yeah,
record company.
yeah.
And back in our day, Vicki, like when we were first getting started, you could actually walk in those buildings, give your demo, talk
Right,
to somebody in the business. Of course, you
right.
can't do that
That's
anymore,
not
but
happening
um,
now. Oh,
yeah, that's not
but
happening
let's see
now.
what
But
else.
But CMG moved their offices from out there in Brentwood to downtown.
mhm.
But you have the Grand Old Opry.
Grand
Uh,
Ole Opry is tremendous.
yeah, down
Opryland is now a
Opryland.
mall.
Opryland is. I don't know what to say about that. It's not my favorite of the Nashville places, but it's
Yeah,
definitely a place to go. Have you? Now this is outside of Nashville, but have you ever been to Dollywood?
No.
I have it. My brothers have, or Clyde has been. I think they vacation there. But
Okay,
I haven't. I've driven through Dollywood,
right,
going to
right,
a NASCAR race.
right.
Yeah, I like NASCAR. So
Really,
went
you
to a
like
NASCAR race.
NASCAR racing? That's your passion? One of your passions?
It's one of my passions. Yeah, love racing. Uh-huh.
Really?
No, that
Yeah.
So you got FBI going and some car racing going,
And
girl. Well,
sports
yeah, I'm gonna have to.
sports as a whole. Listen, it's NBA playoffs right now, and so my TV will be on as soon as Carfitables is off
Okay,
because
okay.
I love. No, no, I'm not rushing. I'm just saying I love
play,
sports of
playoffs
any kind.
are on.
That's a passion for me. What'd you say?
After the playoffs are on. Remember,
Playoffs are on, and I grew up in Denver, so I'm not going to say
R-
anything about the LA Lakers, but I will tell you I grew up
Oh,
in Denver.
it's time to get, what should we say? We need to get uh, some quality in this situation. So this is time to come home and take care of our business.
yeah. But what
This
about the women,
is
Michelle? What
practice.
about the women and Caitlin? What's her name? Uh,
Caitlin,
oh, that's
I
terrible.
don't know what her.
Somebody will put it up
I
for
know
us.
that's terrible. Somebody, please put it in
Yeah,
the chat because
put it in the chat. But
we are definitely big upping her.
she has put so much. I mean, people are going crazy over women's sports,
What
and it look
Yeah,
NBA basketball, and it looks like we might start getting some equity. I think
Caitlin
next
Clark.
year I might go to the teams.
Caitlin Clark. That's
Caitlin
her name.
Clark,
There we go.
that's right, Caitlin Clark, and so I think I might go next year because now
I
they've
want
got me
to
real
go.
excited.
So
You said
yeah,
what?
Sparks? The Sparks are doing stuff in Inglewood too, so we'll be having a chance to see them.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
we're Inglewood bound, and
Yeah, I think
oh gosh, we've got so much stuff happening in Inglewood. But so yeah, so the women, have you been to a women's basketball game yet?
Um, I have not.
Yeah.
One of my friends owns the Chicago team, and so
Okay.
I definitely want to go and see some
Yeah.
games. And now
Yeah.
it's another level. I mean, I think the way that sports commentators are talking about these women players, and I haven't watched, their skill set is parallel
Yes.
to how the men play, how they shoot. I don't
Yeah.
think that they compete with men, but their skill set is parallel. So
Yeah. I
I
mean, and
love.
that's a whole nother
Yeah.
discussion, competing with men and all that. But I
reality.
love yeah, we don't want to go into that. But the women's, I gotta get involved now. I've been waiting for it to really do some things that we want because we had Lisa Leslie used to go to our
Oh,
church. I mean, she may still go, but I
yeah.
remember seeing her. Ooh, my hat's coming, praising the Lord and stuff, and
She's
she's
still
just
a member,
very
but she's
statuesque.
a remote member. She's a remote member because he's in Florida now. But she calls in the pastor and says,
Oh, she does. Okay, all right. Well, that's very cool. That's very cool. But so we've got Nashville, and I know you've been building there, and so now now you've got some offices and the restaurant coming up and everything. That is so very,
That
very, very cool.
is amazing. I know people are saying stop moving to Nashville, but I say come on. It's great for the economy. Y'all come on.
Yeah,
Come on to
yeah.
Nashville.
Some people say they don't like it, but the thing is, poor LA is really having problems. We probably be somewhere else ourselves, but our grandkids are here, so I'm not going anywhere
Yeah.
with the
We
grandkids here.
cannot leave the base.
be
No.
off thing to always ask this question. And you tell me, uh, do you utilize AI in any of the things that you do?
So we are getting updated with AI. So right now, like when we're doing our Zoom calls, we have an AI D3 app that takes note
Notes. Okay,
dictation, right?
See, that's,
AI.
that's
Um,
good.
yeah,
I yeah, I've started using AI when I'm stuck with writer's block,
Yeah.
right? Because I can just say or write in there what I'm thinking, I guess. And then the way that it comes back to me, it actually unlocks something. So I'm like, okay, I
Okay.
can do
Yeah,
it
I'm
that
just
way.
getting
Yeah.
started on my
honey,
book in earnest. So
you're not developing any customized chat boxes or GPTs for what you do. You're just using a generic GPT 3 and 4 OpenAI. That's all you're using.
There goes Claude creating another business. I'm like, who do I need to hire that can create an app that helps with this side of the business? I think that would be tremendous
Yeah, I mean,
and
you guys need
necessary. Yeah.
so, but anyway, it's just interesting. I look at it as a great tool, especially it's like having a really cool assistant that you've trained and it understands. You can
no,
train
come here.
to sensitive to what you do, and I think it's a great tool
Well,
for the dog.
I just sat in an AI class a few months ago, and it was one of the leaders in AI, and he showed us. I mean, they are creating full bands, like a boy band, a girl band, and they maintain their age for the rest of your life because they're AI.
Oh, that's
Um,
crazy.
they write songs for them, and so they're only available on the platform where you can now have a favorite group, so to speak, that never ages,
That's
or
kind
you.
of crazy.
It is. He brought Biggie Smalls back to life for us, and we talked to him like he's on the screen and we could talk to him and he would answer the question. So we were throwing questions at the screen. So where AI is going, it feels a little scary, but
Yeah.
it really is where it's going. So I would say learn as much as you can about it because it will be a real part of what we're doing, especially in the space of entertainment. But unfortunately, you know, scammers will jump in and use it and all of that.
Yeah.
But learn as much as you can about the platforms that are available to us. AI can be it can be a great tool. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There are some problems and things to be concerned about, but it's a great tool. And don't be afraid of it. Learn it, and so you can use it where it's appropriate.
Girl, I
absolutely.
love dogs, but I'm not for licking in the face. I can't do it. I can't.
We're not doing that. We're not
No,
doing
we can't do. I can't do all that. But
that.
What
we got
about
a couple of other questions. So I found out you like. I didn't know you like sports like that. We like sports, racing. You know, we had Max Siegel on
I
a few weeks
know.
ago.
Yes.
He used to be with
Okay.
NASCAR, but now I guess he's getting ready.
team?
What,
He's
Claude?
with the Olympics now, isn't he? Isn't he working with the
Yeah, but
Olympics?
he has a race. He has a car racing team.
For
Okay, that's
good.
so awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Claude,
I
you
love
keep
that.
going in and out. I don't know what's happening there. But question we ask everybody because I'm a frag head. I love perfume. Do you have a favorite fragrance?
So right now I'm in the Dior family, right?
Okay.
So anything
Oh,
Dior,
oh,
I have probably 7 or 8 different scents. I can't tell you the name of them. I know I like Poison.
okay. Oh,
Um,
yeah,
I
yeah.
like Pure Poison.
Poison, pure
Um,
poison. Yeah, yeah. Those
there's
are
one
great.
that I can't pronounce the name.
Yeah.
But I'm in the Dior family, and I
Okay.
love it. Just oh
Yeah.
my lord,
I,
and and I know like every time I wear it, if I walk through the airport, oh my gosh, you smell so good. What do you have on? I can't tell you. I just know it's a Dior. You know,
oh, I wonder which one
Yeah.
that is because I have pure poison and poison.
I have those.
But there's
I
another
have
one
to
too. What
go.
color's the bottle?
It's so it comes in a tube, right?
Oh, okay.
It comes in a tube, and you take off the top, and it's a magnetic top. But it's a really plain looking large cylinder bottle. Almost looks like you know that water,
Oh,
Voss
Yeah.
water that
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, 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 yeah.
it's a small bottle
Okay,
like that, right?
okay,
Oh my lord! It's as a matter of fact, when we get off, I'll text you.
okay,
It's oh,
okay.
I- okay.
That'll be cool because I love my fragrances, girl. I've
Me
gotten out of
too.
hand with them. It's ah that and I
You
kind of
have
like
to me a list. Like I love fragrances
yeah,
too. I
yeah,
love
yeah,
mixing
yeah.
fragrances. I love to smell good. So
Yep, yep, yep. Well, yeah, we've got something coming up real soon that's going to be fun about fragrances. So hopefully next
okay.
month. But so I mean, you have just got so much going on. What's going on for the future now with you? What have you got coming up that we can look forward to?
Well, today we just released our trailer for the upcoming Kendrick Brothers movie, which is called The Forge. It is the companion piece to War
Oh,
Room. It's in
oh,
theaters August the 23rd. It's a Sony Affirm
wow.
release, starring Priscilla Shire again and most of the same cast
Okay.
from War
War
Room.
room.
It is
Okay.
a tremendous movie focusing on discipleship.
Okay.
Um, Tells a beautiful story of how when men get involved in younger men's lives, how we can really shift the
Wow.
of what our men will
Oh,
look like. So we need more
wow.
mentors and more disciples to lead our young boys out of this system that they're in. So
Yeah.
it's tremendous. I am hoping for 250,000 African American men to be in theaters on August the 23rd.
Okay.
And I think the world will shift
Whatever.
really by that.
Whatever we can do to help, because Claude is a part of a
No.
men's group, and there's these men's groups
also have a
all
right.
over. I know they would probably go together
I'm
in that.
coming to you. I'm coming to you. I want to screen it for as many men's groups and men's conferences that I can because I know,
Absolutely.
women, we drive everything. And it's always the mom dragging her family out.
Yeah.
But I want to see the men drag, drag is not the word.
No, they will. They say, come
You know
on,
what
man,
I'm
you
saying?
got to go.
Partner with young men and partner with little boy
Yes,
groups
yes,
and
yes,
bring them to
yes.
theaters and let's fill it up with men.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a
and going to the
strengthening movement.
churches, if we
Yeah.
and women can get involved by buying some tickets for them.
Right.
How about that?
1 second, though. Let me
I
just.
would do that.
So 23rd, August 23rd, right? So we have a rites of passage. This is young boys from like 13 to 16, 13, 16. So I think there's this thing goes from May till October. So it's right in the middle of their
All
our
the
passage. So that
Yeah.
might be a great activity.
I
And I'll tell you, our,
love that.
I
Yes.
we're still not faithful. You know, we've got a new pastor,
we
Oh
new young
yeah.
pastor.
almost
He's
30.
great.
When you think about it, Jack's been doing this for like almost
Jack
25
Lightsey.
years.
Yeah.
I have Bishop Almer before he
Yeah.
departed connected me with
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't met him yet, but we
But
He's
texted a couple of times.
amazing.
Yeah.
we'll
It's
connect.
that place
And
is filling up like
women, what's that? You need to meet our new pastor, Pastor J.P.
that's what he said.
Foster. Connected, we'll connect you with him. He's really into family
I
and community, and so this ties in right where he is.
That's great. Yeah, you put out
love
the
that.
word and let us know. And those of us who can, we'd love to see groups of just men,
Yeah,
black men especially.
Group,
I'm
That
listen,
would be so great.
I need
uh,
250,000 black men in
All
theaters
right.
all over the country on the
250,000
weekend
black men.
of August 23rd.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
small
You hear
number.
that, y'all?
Listen,
gonna do
How can we?
that's the clarion call. 250,000 of
that.
y'all in the
Okay.
theaters, please.
Well, you know, like I said, we've got about 200 people on right now. It says 12 here. These are the people that are active, but in the
I'm
whatever.
good.
But
I'm good.
Oh,
ask,
no,
where can we find you to see what we can do personally to hook you up with different men's groups and stuff that you may or may not know about? I mean, you know so many, but you know, we can all get in there and work. Let's work.
Oh, listen, you can see my tag, I think, on this live. I'm at Michelle Duffie.
Okay.
And if you listen, I'm one of those people that responds to every single DM.
Okay.
Even if it's somebody in there being inappropriate, I'm gonna send some kind of prayer to them. But I respond to all of my DMs. So at Michelle Duffie is the best way, and then I can point you in the direction. Our business handle is at D3E Group.
okay.
D3E Group. That's the number three. Our food brand is at Deep Sea Vegan. So at Michelle Duffie, and I will point you, if you want to know about vegan food, I'm pointing you in that direction. If you need uplift encouragement, I'm here for it. Yeah. So
Okay.
what are you reading right now, Vicki? What's on your list? And Claude, what are you guys reading?
And
Well, we're listening to we're
we
audiobooks.
do Audible.
Yeah,
I
what are you eyeing?
I've been listening to the Yellow. What's it called? The Yellow Mistress, is it?
The
Uh,
Yellow Mistress.
it's an Oprah Win. Pardon me.
It's fiction. It's a fiction
Yes,
book.
and it's about a very light-skinned slave woman that got to be in a head of a prison. What? Come on, you guys. You know, it's really really good. And then Claude and I. So I'm doing that book, and then Claude, what did we just finish? Because we like to listen to stuff. He likes Jack Reacher books.
Virgin, which is a sci-fi, it's a three-part book.
Clyde and Kendall like Jack Reacher
Oh yeah,
also.
Now,
yeah.
the latest one, I'm not feeling the latest one, but anyway, but I've listened to almost all of the Jack Lee Child's books, the Jack Reacher books,
Yeah.
and the other one we did besides Convergence, what was the other one we did? Was a three-parter.
Convergence. Well, yeah, but my favorite of all, and I don't know if you know this one, Michelle, but it's by Jan Caron, and it's all about Mitford. It is. I was listening to it, and it turns out it's
It's a
faith
three.
based.
It's
Oh,
about
It's
oh,
unbelievably good. I
what is
mean,
it called?
it's a whole series. See, I have it on my phone. It's about this city in Mitford in South Carolina, and about an Anglican I think it's an Anglican priest in this country town. It has all these really, really exciting characters in it. And well, I'm at the point now. He just happens to be white, but he just found out he's got a black brother, the priest, and it is the most incredible. I started shouting at one point. I had to stop and praise the Lord a couple of times on a book. So, what about you? What are you reading these days?
You know what? I'm stuck with one book that I read all the time, which is Think and Grow
Oh yeah.
Rich, which is Napoleon
Oh
Hill.
yeah.
So I read that every year. That is
Really?
my because I think the first time I read it, it was rich, and that was financial and
Right.
wealth.
Right. Right.
But then when I understood that the word rich applies to life and relationships,
Right. Right.
friendship,
Right. 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 Right.
quality of life, all of that. So I read it every
Wow.
year. I
I
started reading it in
haven't read it in a while.
I started reading it in 2001.
Wow.
So, like 20, this will be the 24th time that I've read it.
Whoa.
But that it helped me go into debt freedom just
Yeah.
by reading the book
Yeah.
and applying
Oh,
principles.
okay, we're trying to be. I want to be debt free too.
Yeah. We're going through it right now. But hey,
This,
it's a season,
It's a
and
season.
yeah.
Seasons pass.
Yes,
Seasons
they
pass.
do. And
Yeah.
I always ask the Lord, excuse me, you guys, for this dog. Akari, stop. Hopefully that'll work. Yeah, we've gone through a season, but I've always asked the Lord to give me witty inventions. And
That I pray that prayer also.
yes,
Yeah. Yes,
yes, for witty
indeed.
inventions. And I believe He's giving us one with our
Yeah.
new product, which Claude will get to you soon, I hope.
my,
But you know what, Michelle? It's been over an hour, girl. We've been talking over an
Have
hour.
we been talking
Yeah,
over an hour?
I know. So I
Um,
know we need to let you
Lord.
go. But thank you so, so much. See, it wasn't that bad, right?
No, this was absolutely wonderful. I would just say to those who are listening and those who will listen to it later and be on the platform later that this is really a season where if God is putting something on your heart that you just need to do it. Don't be afraid. Take the risk. Success has come out of just taking the risk. There's no way you will ever see your success or your failure if you don't just start moving.
Right.
Um, what God has for each of us is what it
It
is.
is
And so this is
what
the
it
season
is.
to see some of those dreams fulfilled. I definitely pray for the listeners that they would find themselves saying, this is what I prayed for and it's here. That's what my prayer is, because those moments are amazing, but leading up to those moments, be thankful, be happy,
Yes.
be
Yes.
grateful. Don't complain. My
Right.
goodness.
Right.
Be kind. Listen, be a faucet and not a drain. Just be able to serve the people around you.
Yes.
Make someone else's life better. Like, you have the power to do that.
Yes.
Always leave the next person better than you found them. Those are the things that make your life better and more complete. So when you walk in that way, man, blessings on blessings on blessings just
Yes.
seem to pile on top of your head. So
Yes.
yes.
So thank you so much. If we call you
You're
back
welcome.
sometime, I
I
hope we
would
can get
love
you
it.
in the. Maybe we can be a part of a campaign or something. I really am interested in
I
this thing with
I
these
would
young
love
men.
it. It's called The Forge, and as soon as
The
we get
Ford.
off, I'm going to send you, yes, The Forge.
Okay.
I'm going to send you the trailer so you can see
Okay.
it. It's in there today, so it's all over social media. All of our dear friends in the industry have posted it on their pages. So thankful for
Yes.
it. The Forge, the Forge movie. Look that up. Follow that page. I want to see some people that look like me talking about The Forge tonight. So please post the trailer on your page.
Okay.
Please do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Okay. So we should have an army by August then, huh?
We will have an army by August. I believe that. I'm standing on that, and I'm going to be a part of making that
Yes.
happen. So
Amen.
this
One
will
other
be
thing,
another
real
one of
quick,
my.
and then we'll go. Did you know June Moon?
Uh, yes.
He's one of the pioneers. He just passed
Yes.
recently. He'll be
Oh,
having his home going in June. So we wanted to send our condolences. We just found out we were some of the ones that started this whole thing. So we want to just pray for everybody. And Michelle, thank you again for coming on, and continued success and blessings to you and your family. And I hope you get that product soon.
I tell Claude so he got off before I could chastise him
Yeah.
on that. But I look forward to it. I look
Okay.
forward to it. And thank you for having me, Vicki. I
Oh,
appreciate you. I love you for all you've ever poured into my life and
oh, thank
continue to do
you.
so. So
And
thank
love
you
you
for
too,
having
and I'm happy for you.
me.
So thanks,
You.
everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.